Hi, it's Layton. I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine for you guys today. So first I'm going to start with my BB cream. This is the Missha BB Cream in the shade 21, which is a perfect match for me right now. So I'm just going to take a couple pumps onto that. And I don't like to do too much, just a little bit to kind of even out my skin tone, and the BB cream is perfect for that. Not a whole lot of coverage, but just enough. Okay. Next, I'm going to use the Nars Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, just to kind of get my under eyes, a little bit on my cheek. It's just to cancel out any darkness I have and smooth out the tops of my cheeks. And I just usually come down onto my lines right here on either side of my mouth, and a little bit on my chin where the darkness is. And then I'm just going to blend that out. I usually like using a brush just because it's very fast. And I'll bring that up onto my eyelid. And then the faster you go is usually the better it looks. Every time I just slap on makeup, it seems to look better than if I took my time and was very meticulous about it, at least for an everyday makeup look. If I was doing something more glam, of course I'd take my time and add a lot more products, but just do a little bit more right there. There we go. All right. So next I'm just going to powder a little bit. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish Powder. And I am almost at, I mean, I've definitely hit pan, but I'm almost done with this one. I'm going to have to repurchase it, which is incredible for a powder for me. And I'm just using the same foundation brush that I used for the BB cream, just for brevity's sake. Here we go, just to take a little bit of the shine away and make it a little more blurring on certain spots, like right under my eyes, on top of my cheeks, my T-zone especially, because I have normal to combination skin, so I get a little bit more oily just around the center of my face. So that's where I tend to focus my powder. All right, and for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Hourglass bronzer in, I think, Nude Bronze Light, which is just this really pretty bronzy. Ignore the packaging, it's very well loved. That's the problem with the Hourglass packaging. It's so pretty, but boy does it show anything. But I love this bronzer because you can just literally slap it on and you can't overdo it. It's very hard to overdo this bronzer. And especially the Nude Bronze Light, it's like kind of the less shimmery one, more of the matte or satin finish, I guess. So it is, whoop, there I go, dropping my bronzer brush. It's very easy to work with, is what I was trying to say. And I literally just use this to warm up my entire face. Since this is so kind of sheer and light, it's easy to just quickly slap it on. And then for my blush, I'm going to use something a little different. This is a loose powder blush from the brand Aromaleigh. Not many people know about them. They're a very kind of indie makeup brand that does really cool makeup products based on historical or mythical figures. So I think this one is based on like an Indian goddess. And it's just a really pretty kind of bronzy corally blush. And it is just, oh, it's so pretty. Especially, like, all of her products are so pretty, but I love the blushes, I think, the most. I'm just using that kind of to make it look like I'm sunburned. All right. And then next I am just going to put on a tiny bit of highlighter. This is going to be the Balm highlighter from Elate Beauty. It's this one right here. It's called Wonder. It's just a very, very neutral highlight. It's not super noticeable. It just kind of looks like a natural sheen to your face. I'm just going to add a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes. A little bit to the high points of my face. All right. And then for eyeshadow, if I'm doing a quick everyday makeup, I will usually just skip it, but I'm going to quickly use this little Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette because it has this really pretty kind of neutrally brown shade right here that's not super dark. It's a little bit warm, just to kind of go in the crease, to kind of define it just a little bit. Because I find that even if you're not doing a full eyeshadow makeup day, just doing a little something in the crease and throwing something shiny on the eyelid makes a whole lot of difference in making yourself look kind of more put together, even if you didn't spend a lot of time on it, which, as you can see, I am not. I am being very messy with this and just kind of throwing it on, blending it up into the crease. I have more hooded eyes, so I tend to put it in the crease and then blend it upwards to cover that space. And then I usually concentrate it on the outer corner to elongate my eyes. Okay. And then I'm going to use this little shimmery shade right here. Just on the center. And if you feel like you put too much on or anything, just blend it out with this same eyeshadow brush that kind of still has some of the previous eyeshadow on it. But you see how much of a difference it makes. Just doing a little bit of shimmer. I'm going to bring that slightly into the inner corner, which is great because it's clinging on to that Balm highlighter that I put in there. So it's making it even more noticeable. And if you feel like you need a little more, just go back in. I'm just kind of blending out what I already have. There. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't typically do eyeshadow on my lower lashes if I'm just doing a quick everyday makeup. I am going to throw on a tiny bit of eyeliner though, just on the waterline. And just really on the top. Just to kind of help the mascara so it's not having to do all of the work. And then for the mascara, I'm using the Benefit They're Real. This is actually a tinted primer. So if I want something super natural that's not going to look super stark, this is like a brown, technically a primer for your eyelashes. But I find that it works really, really well as a light mascara. And especially if you're wanting a light makeup look that doesn't look super, you know, drastic, using a brown mascara is the perfect way to accentuate your eyes without making it look like you're wearing a ton of mascara. And because I use that eyeliner, the mascara isn't having to do all the heavy lifting of making my eyes pop. I just do a tiny bit on the lower lashes, just enough to make it look like I have something there. Okay, and then lastly, I'm just going to put on a lippy by Nudestix. It's actually their gel color lip and cheek balm in Secret Keeper. I love these because you can really just slap them on. You don't even need a mirror. And most of these colors are very wearable in this line, the gel lip and cheek balm. Oh my gosh, I'm like sweating like a fiend. So. Which I used to live in Florida, so sweat is nothing new to me. You just go back over with your powder brush, blend it all together, and it's fine. All right, and then I almost forgot brows. Just gonna use the Benefit Gimme Brow. This packaging is also really wrecked, but that just shows that it is a good product because it has been used a lot. And I'm mostly concentrating it on the tail where I need more help, and then afterwards bringing it in. Which sometimes if I'm in a rush, I won't even do brows because I dye my brows to match my hair color. So it's never too much of a difference. Whenever I don't dye them, then I kind of have to do it. But if I've dyed them, then it's not too much of a stark difference. And I can get away without using brow product if I'm really in a hurry. And then after that, I like to kind of brush them up. Takes away any of the excess product. And use my foundation brush to kind of go over the inner hairs so that way they don't look as stark. And if you feel like you need to clean up a little bit around the edges, just do that. Here we go. And that is it. That is my quick everyday makeup look for when I want to look just a tiny bit put together. Not super, you know, makeup-y, just a little bit of bronze, a little bit of eyeshadow. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and if you like it, subscribe and like this video.